Hi guys, first ride out on the Africa Twin today. I was actually going to start a channel quite a long time ago, but just time really. I'm sure everyone has the same problem. I've always wanted to kind of get one going. I get up to quite a lot of stuff. I did some miles on bikes last year. Yeah, I'll get involved with quite a lot of stuff. Some great people. I'm sure some of which you'll probably see along the way. Yeah, so recently changed my bike, CRF1000, and I've changed it over to an Africa Twin. Nothing wrong with CBF, just time for a change. I've got a Transalp 650 as well, which I do a lot of my commuting and general crap on, and it was probably the main thing that made me want to change, to be honest. I went on the last Welsh tour with the Motor Rev crew. There were a few guys there on GS's and things, and I just thought I'd love to be on that right now, on these like freshly gritted Welsh thin skinny mountain lanes. And I was bothering about all the weight on the front wheel. You could just feel every little movement and stuff that was going on underneath you, and it just lose a bit of confidence. And I was like, there's some of these guys on these GS's, it was just like it was nothing, and I thought to myself, I wish I was the Transalp. I think that was probably where the decision was finally made. I'm much happier on that kind of bike. Yeah, so decision was made. I've been sitting on them at Superbike Factory. I regularly go to Superbike Factory, meet up with some friends there, and kind of sat on them numerous times over probably the last year, and I found the nice one at Sutton Honda. It's the kind of money, I mean, they're not cheap, are they? Let's be honest. I mean, mine's 1,000, it's manual, not the DCT. I've been tempted with the DCT since a couple of guys I know, the Very Strange Bikers, check out their YouTube channel. They funny guys, but they were saying how the DCT is actually really, really good nowadays. So it was food for thought, but I thought about it, and I'm the kind of guy who likes an analog bike. You know, I don't mind things like you know, ride raids, like your ABS and traction control, stuff like that, stuff that's going to save you real world. But I don't really like a bike that drives itself. You know, I think if you want all those creature comforts and electric stuff, fine in a car. It's my opinion, of course. It's okay in a car. Leave it for the car though. You get on a bike, you want to be in the elements, you want raw, you want a pure experience. That's the way I see it anyway. Not everyone's the same. That's just how I like it. So I think the Africa Twin, the CRF1000, because it has got ABS and traction control, not something I've tested yet. It's my first ride out today. I think the biggest difference with the CBS riding position, you just feel like you can munch miles forever on it. Less fatigue, I'd say. Sat more upright. I think the wind at first seemed like it was probably a little bit worse than CBS, but actually now I've been out today and put some decent speeds on down the dual carriageway and stuff. Actually, I think they've been really clever with their aerodynamics on it, and they've obviously done some sort of wind tunnel testing or something, because the faster you go, the less buffeting you get. Really clever, really impressed with it, to be fair. It's just like effortless. You just wind the throttle on, it's loads of mid-range, whereas the CBF you have to kind of wind it up to get it to go a little bit, even though it was 1,000 4-cylinder. But yeah, obviously they detuned the CBF from the fibre. I think it's the Motor Rev fire blade actually, but it's detuned, different cams and things. So I think it's about 107 horsepower or something. So, you know, it does get up the road all right, but obviously, like the bike that engine was originally out of was a lot faster. But yeah, it's detuned, like I say, but it does get up the road all right. But although it's a different kind of power, it's a lot lumpy mid-range. That's where you want it, I think. When you're touring and stuff, you just want to crack the throttle open and away it goes, no matter where the revs are. That's kind of what you want, and that's what it does. So that's the biggest thing I've been impressed with, really. Again, it's just a little bit less labour intensive. You haven't got to wind it up and drop it down 1,000 cogs and stuff like that to make it go rather than rev the knackers off it. None of that's a problem. Just wind it on, off it goes. Love it. So very similar to the Transalp, which is what I wanted. I wanted something more modern than the Transalp, but very similar, and that's exactly what it is. Bigger, feels a bit more stable, which it's going to, I suppose, being more modern. Yeah, less agricultural. I feel like I could eat miles on it forever. It's really nice to ride. So yeah, come out today. We've just had, I think it's Storm Babbitt, I think that's what it's called. Lots of debris and crap on the road, so I'm kind of being a bit careful because yeah, I don't want to end up with it upside down in a ditch on my first real ride out on it. I rode it home for a flood, which was fun. Yeah, wasn't expecting that, but it is what it is. Yeah, so there's more to come. Just come out to see my nan. She's been at hospital now probably about 4 weeks, so I've been ill, so I don't want to take that over to her, so I've waited till I'm fully better before I come to see her. So that was a nice first run out for it. And then I've come up to see my horse, who I've just given a nice brush because he's very brown, and he's not actually, he's a grey or white horse. So yeah, that's all done now, so I'll be heading back.